Let me tell you something straight and bold. Your destiny is not determined by luck, chance, or circumstances. It is written in the ink of your daily routine. If you want to know where your life is headed, you don't need a fortune teller. You don't need a prophecy. All you have to do is look at what you do every single day, because your routine is the prophecy of your future. Your routine is the prophecy of your future because it quietly writes the script of your life in advance. Every action you repeat day after day becomes a line in the story of who you will eventually become. People often underestimate the power of their daily habits, thinking that greatness comes from rare, monumental efforts. But the truth is, destiny is carved out of ordinary actions done consistently. If you want to know what the next 5 or 10 years of your life will look like, you don't need predictions. You only need to observe your current routine. When you wake up and choose discipline, focus, and intentionality, you are telling your future exactly how it should unfold. The way you begin your morning sets the rhythm for your entire day. And that rhythm compounds into weeks, months, and years. A routine filled with structure, learning, and productive action predicts a destiny filled with growth, impact, and success. Conversely, a routine filled with procrastination, distractions, and wasted time predicts a destiny of regret, stagnation, and missed opportunities. Your routine is like planting seeds in the soil of time. Every habit, no matter how small, is a seed. If you plant seeds of focus, discipline, and learning, you will harvest abundance later. If you plant seeds of laziness, excuses, and neglect, you will harvest disappointment. The harvest is not optional, it's guaranteed. What changes is the type of seeds you sow through your routine. Excellence is never built in one day, it is built into every day. Your routine determines whether you are practicing excellence or mediocrity. Success doesn't come from occasional passion, but from consistent discipline. If your daily life is aligned with your goals, your destiny will naturally unfold in the direction you desire. If your daily life is disconnected from your vision, your destiny will betray your dreams. Your routine creates momentum. Every small action either pushes you forward or pulls you backward. Reading one page, doing one workout, making one call, taking one step. They seem small, but repeated daily, they create unstoppable force. That force predicts your future because momentum never lies. It will take you in the direction of your habits, whether upward or downward. Destiny is not shaped in grand moments of inspiration, but in silent hours of repetition. The books you read when no one is watching, the thoughts you dwell on in quiet moments, the disciplines you uphold when there's no applause. These are the invisible forces building your future. What feels insignificant today becomes monumental tomorrow because time multiplies everything you consistently do. The truth is, you are already living a prophecy, whether you realize it or not. Your current routine is painting a clear picture of your future self. If you look at your daily habits and don't like the future they predict, you don't need to change your destiny. You need to change your routine, because destiny follows discipline, and discipline is always lived out in daily practice. Your mind, body, and spirit are all shaped by routine. Feed your mind with wisdom daily, and you will carry clarity into your destiny. Care for your body with health and movement daily, and you will carry strength into your destiny. Guard your spirit with prayer, gratitude, and alignment daily, and you will carry peace into your destiny. Whatever you repeatedly pour into yourself, that is what will overflow into your future. Time does not negotiate, it multiplies. Every routine you hold on to today is being multiplied by tomorrow. If your habits are destructive, time will multiply destruction. If your habits are constructive, time will multiply progress. The future is simply the echo of the present, and routine is the voice that speaks into that echo. Your routine is not neutral. It is either preparing you for greatness or preparing you for failure. It is silently creating patterns that will one day be impossible to ignore. The daily disciplines, the choices, the actions, and even the thoughts you entertain are all prophecies being spoken over your life. Excellence is not an event, but a lifestyle, because true greatness cannot be built in isolated moments of passion or in sudden bursts of effort. Excellence is the product of what you repeatedly do, not what you occasionally attempt. One great performance does not make someone excellent, just as one healthy meal does not make someone fit. It is the daily choices, the consistent habits, and the unwavering commitment to standards that transform excellence from an occasional achievement into a permanent identity. When people treat excellence like an event, they put all their energy into preparing for a single moment. They shine briefly, but then fade because there is no foundation beneath their performance. A person who lives excellence as a lifestyle, however, does not wait for opportunities to rise to the occasion. They carry the occasion with them wherever they go. Their life is a reflection of discipline, and that discipline allows them to perform consistently at the highest level. Excellence as a lifestyle means it is woven into the smallest details of your day. It is not just about the big things like career achievements or public recognition. It is in how you greet people, how you handle your responsibilities, how you keep your promises, how you treat your body, how you use your time, and how you develop your mind. Every small action becomes an expression of excellence, and together these actions create a life of influence and impact. Living with excellence means refusing to settle for mediocrity, even when no one is watching. It is easy to perform well in front of an audience, but true excellence is tested in private moments when shortcuts are tempting and discipline feels heavy. The person who chooses excellence daily, even in silence, builds integrity and character that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. Excellence requires consistency. A lifestyle of excellence is built through repetition, through showing up every day with focus and intention. It does not mean perfection, but it does mean persistence. People who live in excellence know that setbacks are part of the journey, but they refuse to let failure define them. Instead, they return to their routines, refine their habits, and continue to elevate their standards. Excellence also demands vision. It is not enough to simply work hard. You must also work with purpose. A lifestyle of excellence is guided by clarity about who you are becoming and what you are building. That vision shapes your decisions and keeps you aligned with your higher calling. Without vision, effort loses direction, but with vision, every act of excellence becomes a brick laid in the construction of destiny. When excellence becomes a lifestyle, it attracts opportunities naturally. People recognize consistency, reliability, and mastery, and they trust those who embody it. Excellence speaks louder than words. It communicates character, dependability, and value. Over time, this reputation builds influence and authority because others know they can rely on the quality you consistently bring. Excellence is not about comparison, but about alignment with your highest potential. It is not trying to outdo someone else, but striving to become the best version of yourself. A lifestyle of excellence means holding yourself to a standard that reflects your true capacity, refusing to shrink down to comfort zones, and always pushing yourself to grow beyond what is easy. Excellence requires discipline, and discipline often feels uncomfortable. It means saying no when others say yes, working when others rest, preparing when others procrastinate, and staying focused when others are distracted. This discipline may feel costly in the moment, but over time it builds a life of freedom, influence, and fulfillment that shortcuts can never provide. Excellence as a lifestyle is not about isolated achievements, but about creating a rhythm of greatness that flows through every area of life. It becomes who you are, not what you occasionally do. It becomes visible in your work, your relationships, your health, your finances, your faith, and your character. Excellence is not an event, but a way of living that transforms ordinary days into extraordinary outcomes. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your routines, because goals are visions of the future. But routines are the reality of today. A goal is like a destination on a map, but your routine is the vehicle that determines whether you ever arrive. No matter how big or inspiring your goals may be, they cannot carry you forward unless your daily habits are aligned to move you in that direction. The truth is, people don't achieve their goals simply because they want them. They achieve them because their routines have prepared them to deserve them. A goal without a routine is like planting a seed and never watering it. You can dream of a strong tree. You can imagine its shade and its fruit. But without the discipline of consistent care, it will never grow. Routines are the water, the sunlight, and the soil that make your goals possible. Every day you neglect the routine, you delay the harvest. Every day you honor the routine, you bring the harvest closer. Goals often inspire people in the beginning because they paint a picture of what life could look like. But it is routine that sustains progress when the excitement fades. Discipline takes over when motivation runs out. Many people set high goals but fail to reach them, not because the goals were too high, but because their routines were too low. The foundation could not carry the weight of the vision. Routines have a way of exposing the truth about our lives. If your daily actions are filled with procrastination, excuses, and inconsistency, your results will reveal it. If your daily actions are filled with discipline, effort, and focus, your results will reveal that too. You cannot escape the reality that your future will mirror your habits. Goals may inspire you, but routines shape you. Falling to your routines means that when pressure comes, when challenges appear, you will default to the level of discipline you have built into your life. If your routines are weak, you will crumble under the weight of adversity. If your routines are strong, you will stand firm even when obstacles try to knock you down. This is why routines are not optional. They are the safety net that catches you when life tests your resolve. Greatness is never built on a single achievement. It is built on daily disciplines stacked one on top of the other, creating strength and momentum. A routine creates predictability, and predictability creates results. The person who commits to consistent effort eventually surpasses the person who only dreams of greatness but refuses to build habits. The routine is what bridges the gap between vision and reality. When you focus only on the goal, it is easy to feel overwhelmed by how far you have to go. But when you focus on the routine, you simplify the process into manageable steps. You don't have to achieve everything in one day. You just have to win today, and then win tomorrow, and then win the next day. Over time, those wins accumulate into transformation, and before you know it, the goal has been reached. Routines are powerful because they become automatic. They take success out of the realm of choice and place it into the realm of identity. If your routine is aligned with growth, you no longer have to debate whether to work on your goals. It becomes who you are. You are simply living out the habits that naturally lead to achievement. In this way, routines create freedom because they remove the constant need for willpower and decision-making. The danger lies in ignoring your routines, because even neglect is a routine. Doing nothing is also a pattern, and that pattern predicts failure just as strongly as discipline predicts success. Every person has routines, whether intentional or not. The question is whether your routines are designed to build the future you desire or whether they are unconsciously destroying it. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your routines, because routines are the real measurement of your commitment. Your results are not determined by what you hope for or talk about, but by what you practice every day. Routines are the structure that holds up your vision, the scaffolding that allows your dreams to be built. Without them, goals remain distant fantasies, but with them, goals become inevitable realities. Small actions compound into destiny because every decision you make, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, is a seed being planted in the soil of your future. One choice by itself might not look powerful, but repeated over time, it creates a ripple effect that shapes the direction of your entire life. Just as drops of water carve valleys into stone, the smallest actions done consistently create irreversible impact. When people think of destiny, they often imagine a sudden breakthrough, a single event that changes everything overnight. But destiny rarely arrives in dramatic fashion. It is built quietly, invisibly, through the little things you choose to do day after day. Reading one page might not transform you in the moment, but reading daily for years will. Saving $1 may look pointless, but consistent saving builds wealth. Speaking one kind word may seem small, but a lifestyle of kindness transforms relationships and communities. The power of small actions lies in their ability to multiply through consistency. Habits don't just add to your life, they compound. A positive action repeated daily creates momentum, and momentum accelerates results. The same is true for negative actions. Small compromises repeated daily lead to major destruction. This is why small actions matter so deeply, because they never stay small. Time multiplies them until they become your reality. Every destiny is hidden in routines that look ordinary. Waking up early, exercising, studying, praying, practicing gratitude. These actions may not feel groundbreaking at first, but together they lay bricks for the future you are building. What you practice today determines what you can handle tomorrow. The greatness people admire in others is simply the result of invisible disciplines practiced faithfully over time. The compounding effect of small actions also works on your mindset. One positive thought shifts your perspective for a moment, but consistently training your mind to focus on possibility rather than limitation rewires your entire outlook on life. Likewise, dwelling daily on fear or negativity seems small, but over time it programs your mind toward defeat. Your inner world is shaped by the repeated thoughts you entertain, and those thoughts shape the decisions that create your destiny. What makes small actions powerful is their accessibility. Everyone can take them. You don't need wealth, connections, or extraordinary talent to start. All you need is the willingness to do something consistently. Over time, these small, consistent actions separate those who build extraordinary lives from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. It is not about doing everything at once, but about doing the right things over and over again. The danger comes when people dismiss small actions because they don't see immediate results. Skipping one workout doesn't seem harmful. Spending one careless day doesn't seem like a big deal. Ignoring one opportunity for growth feels inconsequential. But destiny is not shaped in one day. It is shaped by what you do with days repeatedly. Small neglects compound just as much as small disciplines, and they always collect their harvest. The principle of compounding shows up everywhere in life. A musician doesn't master their craft in one practice session. It comes from daily repetitions. An athlete doesn't build strength in one workout. It is the accumulation of thousands of unseen hours. A leader doesn't gain wisdom from one experience. It is the reflection built over years of learning and leading. Small actions may not be celebrated in the moment, but they are always rewarded in the future. The beauty of small actions compounding into destiny is that you are never powerless. No matter how far behind you feel, you can begin today with one action. One step in the right direction may not change everything instantly, but it sets in motion a new trajectory. With time, that new trajectory becomes a new life. Each choice you make today is either confirming your current destiny or rewriting it. Small actions compound into destiny because they are the invisible architects of the future. Every repeated decision, every consistent effort, every disciplined step builds into a structure that eventually becomes impossible to ignore. Destiny is not something that suddenly appears. It is something that is gradually constructed by the smallest actions you choose to honor every single day. Your routine either unlocks potential or buries it alive, because the way you structure your daily life determines whether your abilities, talents, and opportunities are expressed or wasted. Every human being is born with gifts, but those gifts don't automatically flourish. They need disciplined habits and structure to grow. A routine that cultivates learning, growth, and consistency becomes the key that unlocks hidden potential, while a routine filled with neglect, distraction, and laziness slowly buries it under the weight of wasted time. Potential is like a seed inside of you, but seeds only grow when placed in the right environment. A routine creates that environment. If your routine includes feeding your mind with wisdom, exercising your body, practicing discipline, and focusing on meaningful work, you create fertile soil for your potential to grow. But if your routine is filled with procrastination, indulgence, and avoidance, your potential remains buried beneath habits that suffocate it. The tragedy is not that people lack potential, but that they never give it a chance to breathe. A person can carry incredible ideas, talents, and abilities, yet if their daily actions don't align with development, those gifts will stay hidden forever. A routine that wastes hours on meaningless distractions locks potential away like a prisoner, never allowing it to see the light of day. On the other hand, potential doesn't need dramatic breakthroughs to be unlocked. It needs consistent routines. Practicing your craft every day, reading to expand your mind, surrounding yourself with the right influences, and disciplining your time all gradually open doors to greater levels of ability. What begins as small effort compounds over time, and what once seemed impossible becomes natural because the routine built the strength to handle it. Your routine not only determines what you do, but it shapes who you become. When you repeat the same actions day after day, they mold your character, sharpen your discipline, and strengthen your resilience. Unlocking potential is not about discovering something new. It's about refining what is already inside of you through consistent practice. When your routine supports this process, your potential expands. When your routine opposes it, your potential shrinks into dormancy. The most dangerous routines are the ones that seem harmless. Scrolling endlessly, oversleeping, avoiding responsibility, or spending time in negative environments may not look destructive in the moment, but repeated daily, they bury potential deeper and deeper until it feels unreachable. What looks like comfort today eventually becomes the coffin of untapped greatness tomorrow. Every great achievement you admire in others is simply the result of routines that unlocked potential. The athlete who breaks records trained daily. The entrepreneur who built wealth made consistent, disciplined choices. The leader who inspires millions spent years cultivating habits of learning and growth. Nothing extraordinary comes without ordinary routines repeated faithfully. Unlocking potential requires intentional design of your routines. It doesn't happen by accident. You must ask yourself daily, does this action serve my future or sabotage it? Does this routine bring my potential to the surface or push it deeper into the ground? Every answer determines whether you are unlocking or burying what's inside of you. Potential doesn't disappear, it waits. But the longer you bury it under unproductive routines, the harder it becomes to recover. Habits harden over time, and what was once a small compromise becomes a lifestyle. Conversely, when you choose routines that unlock potential, each day builds momentum, and progress begins to feel effortless because it becomes part of your identity. Your routine either unlocks potential or buries it alive because it is the silent architect of your future. It decides whether the best of you is revealed to the world or hidden forever. It shapes whether your abilities expand or remain dormant. And it holds the power to determine whether your life reflects the greatness you are capable of or the regret of what could have been. Destiny is created, not waited for, because the future does not arrive as a gift. It is built through the choices, habits, and actions you practice daily. Many people waste their lives waiting for circumstances to change, for luck to appear, or for opportunities to fall into their lap. But destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of design. You create it with your discipline, your decisions, and your determination to shape your life into something meaningful. When you wait for destiny, you put your future in the hands of chance. You live as though something outside of you will one day intervene and give you the life you desire. But when you create destiny, you take back control. You understand that every step you take today, no matter how small, sets the foundation for what tomorrow will look like. The quality of your future is always connected to the quality of your present actions. Creating destiny requires clarity. You must know what you are moving toward. Without vision, you drift aimlessly, hoping for things to improve. But with vision, every action becomes intentional. Destiny is not about vague hopes. It is about purposeful direction. When you define where you are going and align your routines with that vision, you begin to craft a future that reflects your purpose instead of waiting for life to hand you one. Waiting for destiny leads to excuses. It convinces you that you are powerless and that your circumstances hold you hostage. But creating destiny shifts the responsibility back to you. It forces you to ask, what can I do right now to shape the outcome I desire? That question alone changes everything because it awakens your ability to act, to influence, and to transform. Destiny is created through discipline. The small, consistent actions you take every day are the tools that build the life you want. Whether it is developing your skills, protecting your time, feeding your mind, or working on your health, each habit is a brick in the construction of your destiny. No one builds a house overnight, and no one builds destiny in a single moment. It is built brick by brick, day by day, through the discipline of routine. The truth is that destiny is not found, it is forged. It comes from perseverance through setbacks, resilience in the face of obstacles, and the willingness to rise after failure. Those who wait for destiny to arrive give up when things get hard. Those who create destiny understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, and every setback is a lesson that shapes the next step forward. When you create destiny, you stop asking life to give you guarantees. You recognize that the only guarantee is the effort you are willing to put in. Waiting makes you passive, but creating makes you powerful. Instead of asking, when will my time come? You declare, I will make this my time. That mindset turns destiny into something you build, not something you beg for. Every person has the raw material for great